I received an Amazon package today, as you sometimes do, and I noticed that the packing tape was Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power packing tape.
Ooh, they're
wrapped around the box.
That's not a good sign, Dev.
And I'm just like, oh Jesus! So hold on, every package Amazon's sending out, because Naomi and I went for a walk today, and we saw like packages and like other porches and stuff. And I mean, I'm not a porch pirate, but I kind of went up because like during the day everyone's out to work, and I'm a lazy YouTuber sitting at home, so you know the suburbs are emptied of people. So I walk up onto this porch of somebody else's house, and I just look, and it's like, here's an Amazon package, and it has Rings of Power tape, and then here's another one with Rings of Power tape, and I'm just like,
being a waking 1550 and just like your upper up just comes up. Okay, now you gotta use this packing tape and just and this endless Lord of the Rings.
I can't think of any other Prime Video show that's done this, where they've just converted all the Amazon boxes to advertise for it.
I think they did one time before, but I can't remember what it was for. 'Cause I remember seeing some advertisement stickers for something on the little duct tape they use. Normally they advertise.
This is also this is their big thing. This is the big thing. If this fails, they've basically said that Amazon Studios fails, which is why they've also basically said that they'll do anything to make it succeed. I don't know if you saw, but there's been two claims I've seen. One suggested that it had like 1.8 million actual views, but you know, not tracking all devices. And then Amazon claims that they got 28 million views. That's one hell of a discrepancy. And if you look at the reviews themselves, last time I checked, I think there was like 10, 12, 13,000.
Hold on, Kibs. You have it up. What does it say on yours?
It was like 3.3 or something like that. Here, hold on. Yep. The Amazon rating is currently at 3.3 out of 5.
Yeah.
And that's out of 13,000 global ratings. So
yep. Yeah. And
25 million views, 13,000 people bothered to give it a rating.
I don't know. There should probably be more reviews than that, but it kind of feels like, this is just me being a conspiracy brain here, but it kind of feels like they're only letting through enough reviews, like approving certain reviews, just to keep the number like above 3.
Probably. I will say on IMDb, the reverse review bombing campaign has, well, it has been gaining ground over the negative reviews, which is why I keep saying people need to review it. It's at 6.9 now, and like this is a genuine cultural battleground. And
here's the reason why we know that. I don't know if you three have seen this article published by somebody named Stephen Colbert. It's just a coincidence. It's not Stephen Colbert. It's just a coincidence. But this article is the Rings of Power viewership numbers proves audience ratings are useless.
I did see that one. I try to avoid the screen rant whenever I can, but I did see that title.
Yeah.
Already bracing.
Yep. And this article, it's promoting. First of all, it's promoting She-Hulk, and it's promoting House of the Dragon, and it's promoting the 25 million viewers watching Rings of Power. And it's saying basically that all of the places where viewers can put in their own reviews, Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb, Amazon itself, it's all just being review bombed, and the reviews don't matter.
Obviously, from their perspective, this is the first step in trying to get rid of reviews, because this is an obvious signal to people. That's why I keep saying we do need to review it, because the norm is just look at the rating. If there wasn't a rating, the only narrative around Rings of Power was that anyone who hates it is a racist, and that Amazon had 25 million viewers. There's also, I've seen varying usage of language. Like, I've seen, for example, they say 25 million or 28 million viewers, not views, which makes me think, like, okay, were there just 25 million people logged into Prime at that time?
Or maybe they're like estimating, like, oh, well, on average, one person's watching it with someone else, so that's 2 viewers if there's 1 click. I guess the last thing to talk about, before we get into the video real quick, is what they're using to defend what's happening. A statement issued by Prime Video and the cast of the show just straight up said Middle-earth is not all white, and they refuse to ignore or tolerate harassment and abuse from fans directed at performers of color.
They're correct. Middle-earth is not all white, but they chose to place their story in the place where there are nothing but white people.
So they came out and said that Tolkien created a world which, by definition, is multicultural. A world in which free peoples from different races and cultures join together in a fellowship to defeat the forces of evil. Our world has never been all white, fantasy has never been all white, and Middle-earth is not all white. So I'm just like...
that's interesting, because that's not canon, because the Fellowship fails.
That's true. The Fellowship does fail, so their multiracial, multi-ethnic, alliance falls apart. That's true. At the same time, though, the fact that you had Aragorn and Gimli and Legolas all together, that was kind of a unique situation in the lore. So I get their point. Fair enough. I can give them a point for that.
And my
But-
ox.
The overall, story and lore and setting of Lord of the Rings is that, yeah, it is a multicultural world, but all of these cultures, they kind of have this desire to remain separate and not be brought under, let's say, one banner, one empire, one multi-ethnic empire like Sauron's, for example.
The thing is too, the
Well, they
focus
did
was
come
never on
together.
the cultures or the race. Like that is
Yeah, but that
it is an
wasn't-
irrelevancy because it is good versus evil, which is why the men of the East are portrayed as evil, because in the story that's all they need.
Honestly, Lord of the Rings is kind of like a world full of ethno-states.
Unironically, yes. And
Yeah.
after the war ends, it kind of remains that way. When they reform the kingdom of Arnor and Gondor, when they combine, King Aragorn basically grants the Shire as a sovereign state within his new kingdom, and also forbids men from entering it. It is actually, unironically, an ethno state.
So wait, does that mean that we can't go down there and get any habitussy?
Basically, yeah.
And the problem has always remains also though. Okay, right, multicultural world, sure, absolutely, and it was never all white. All right, fine as well. Why didn't you place your story there then? Like, why aren't you telling the tale of the Haradrim? Some of them might have been resisting Sauron. You can make this shit up, you own the rights to it now. Or in Khand, or in Urun. Why isn't any of the story placed there? Oh, that's right, because nobody fucking cares. That's the hard truth. And making us care is, as the Rings of Power has demonstrated, well beyond the capabilities of the current showrunners.
Okay, I think it's time for us. Jesus Christ! Look at the episodes; they're getting longer. 1 hour
Yeah.
5, 1 hour 7, 1 hour 11 minutes. Holy shit, guys!
Oh no, it actually.
Finale will be 2 hours. Sure, I'd like to go to bed at some point.
Sorry, Arch. Why don't you
No,
just
no, let's procrastinate.
hold on, Arch? Why don't you just sleep and get up at like 5 or something?
Excuse me whilst I lean into my microphone here just for a second.
Oh god, let me just take my headphones out.
Because that'll really fuck up my sleep schedule, Dev.
It was still loud even with them off.
Wait, what's your normal sleep schedule?
Not good. And this will make it worse.
Meanwhile, Lilith, you sleep for about 18 hours a day.
Oh my god.
That's not true. I sleep 20 hours a day.
Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, Episode 4. What's the title, Kibs? The Great Wave.
The Great Wave.
Okay,
Ooh.
that's the
Oh.
plan.
Maybe someone will drown. That'd be funny.
That would be
Maybe it'll be me.
Oh god, a gun. I wish I had one.
commercials. Wow.
Never trust.
I tried to watch that show there, by the way. 'Cause I was like, oh, action show, that's cool. It's just porn for women. And I was sitting there like, I realized that this is what this is.
Everyone's always jealous.
Oh my god, they're just undressed men all the
Yes, it
time.
usually precedes a lot of
Yes.
How come we don't get that but for men?
Well, that's because we're misogynists. But unironically, I showed my mother the first episode and she said, this is a very good TV show. I was like, mm-hmm. Well, did you do that? I guess.
It is a map of the Southlands.
God, I hate that fucking plot twist so much, by the way. It's just like, it's a map.
Home of the
Sure.
Just a map of Mordor. Wow.
A fucking orc can figure it out, but a Galadriel's like, huh.
The cliche with like people don't know what's going on with the map board until some random woman scribbles it.
Yeah, it's upside
Oh,
down.
oh shoot, oh.
said to have many nights and days of
Flips the board upside down.
Alright, we can skip this time. Fuck it. Let's get through it. Kibs,
Why,
click
you
the
don't
button.
wanna watch it?
Click the
Are you
fucking button.
sure? Are you positive?
Click the fucking...
Dev needs to be tortured with the intro.
Oh, they'd only skipped parts of it.
Yeah, we still
jeez.
got it. We had to see the big name, that way it's burned into our retinas. Hey, look, it's Minas Tirith.
Wait, are they doing that?
Yeah, didn't you see the
Yeah, I
how it was outstretched?
Yeah, yeah. Are they saying this is like no? It's not the same place, but like the same architecture, I guess.
It is literally for the Forerunner.
It's too bad there wasn't an R in that name. She could have rolled it.
I think my nose broke from the symbolism again.
So
Oh no, the
Numenor
island's
is
gonna
a bit
sink.
collapsy, in case you were wondering.
This is gonna be a dream sequence, isn't it? It's gonna be like a premonition to the future. She's gonna wake up and like, oh my god, my island's collapsing.
It's a
Looks like it,
sequence.
doesn't it?
This fall of
Because,
Numenor. No.
This would be a sudden escalation if it wasn't. Now that tower wasn't actually touched by anything, so that was just, you know, shoddy building. That is a massive ass bed.
For one person to sleep on, yeah.
She wasn't even sleeping on it. She's on a chair.
Fucking
And
nerd.
she's fully dressed. I had a comment on one of my videos basically saying, wouldn't it be amazing if Numenor was just filled with Chads and Stacys, etc.? And yes, it would. Like Chads and Amazons, I think. Just lots of beautiful, massive, muscular people. Because these are supposed to be a superior race to humans. Like, it should literally be filled with just massive-ass Hercules dudes.
They're long-lived, very, you know, healthy.
Aren't they like humans though? But like better
They
humans?
were.
Yeah. These people are what we would call Aryans.
It's a bit cruel, Joe, but yes, that is theoretically correct.
Hey, listen.
Uh-oh.
Nothing wrong with loving elves.
The only thing they're good
Yeah,
for.
well, long as you put a leash around them.
But now one elf, a castaway, could threaten us.
You tell him, Karl Marx.
The heritage of mighty hands.
Oh no!
Of men
It's like I got a little book for you.
The hungry sent him.
I think he's the bad guy.
A kingdom of men.
Bad guy always says, trust me.
Drinks all round.
So
Wait,
you're gonna
from
make
where?
that or-
Oh, they're just gonna bring him out from somewhere?
Magic.
He's like
know-
the Giga Chad, I'm guessing, of Numenor.
Here's the thing. Whenever at this point,
See, even Huck's the other guy he was arguing.
whenever I see a character like this in a modern show, I always wonder, like, are they gonna do a Trump? Are they gonna make him like a Trump-style guy who's at a podium and like rallying up a crowd?
Make Numenor great again. It's like, oh no.
Better will make the elves pay for it.
Damn, they got away. Both of them.
Cock blocked.
Suppose Elendil here is a runic emperor.
Petty lord, actually.
His people
I like that. Okay.
Leader was once your people's enemy, as much as mine.
This audience has ended.
You're not going to comment on the fact that everyone believes Sauron died like a couple hundred years ago? No? Okay.
Nope. They're gonna skip over the "I don't believe Sauron's back"
Then I had
part of
no
the story.
choice but to ask for another. It swept me to this island for a reason. And it
No,
will
you
not
jumped
be
off a
quelled
boat.
by you.
And almost got eaten by a big fish.
Well, that didn't work out. You're in jail. You know what? I don't mind that. Like, this is okay. Okay. There's a few good things.
Like, it's
Yeah.
mildly funny, but at the same time, this is supposed to be Galadriel. Like, she
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
she
yeah.
isn't just an angry wench.
But
She's an angry
she
wench.
has to show how empowered she is, George. Are you a sexist?
Yes.
Face.
Right, if I let go of this rope, the ASMR voice will whisper to me again.
Oops.
Yeah.
Haven't we seen this scene already?
I think
Yeah.
he thought about it last time, and he didn't do it.
That was deliberate.
Correct. Beat him.
The sea god.
What?
All three of you.
What? What?
What?
It's a bit cruel.
Bit extreme.
Blubber about your dead mother. Stop it! Stop it! Enough!
Oh, he's Batman.
Oh no, I don't care about this guy. God damn it.
Ah, the white power orcs again.
Was that supposed to be intimidating? I thought that was funny. He's like, I'm a elf orc, an orc.
Some chubby ears there, my boy. You should get that looked at.
Is it gonna be force healing?
He's gonna stab his neck.
Doubt it. Mm-hmm. Stabs
deeper.
deeper.
I remember how much the orcs cared about their own.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
me
ate
too.
him.
Remember in
Meat back
2000
on
when
the
they cut
menu,
out the
boys.
head and like, meat back on the menu?
I like this guy. He's a better actor than the main character so far.
Oh,
hey,
Jesus.
lived.
Chihuahua again.
Thank God Vogapug lived.
What are you?
See, this actually kind of makes it worse, because his performance is actually pretty damn good here. And then you've got Puerto Rican dude just half interestingly. Where are you?
Like a monster or something?
The watchtower is perfectly intact. And manned.
By the humans. So, I guess when the elves disengaged and left, they were just caught on the road?
Where's this lot from?
I guess.
That makes it every
They just decided to leave without Black Elf? Oh, he wasn't worth much to them, was he? Ah,
They
fire
even leave a
potatoes.
note.
She's a strong woman.
You didn't pack food? Why did you not pack food?
You can kind of see his ears poking through the hair. And they look kind of elven.
Yeah, if it's a hidden thing, I don't know how you would have been able to hide that for so long.
Just Justin Bieber hair for like 10 years.
Well, they don't seem to be doing any efforts of sneaking or hiding or any subterfuge whatsoever, so why wasn't this a good idea? Like, they show no fear whatsoever, they just wandered in here.
I mean, one of them showing
I
fear.
mean-
The other guy's careless.
He feels like he has protagonist immunity.
He got a magic sword, so he's gonna use magic bullshit to be okay.
It feels like he's sneaking to the cookie jar.
I just hate the fact that they didn't bring the food. Like, why? What
They just
possible
left
reason?
it there.
They were in a rush, okay?
He's gonna die. Other guy's gonna run back with the cart full of food.
Rowan might be in deep shit. The orcs aren't fucking movie monsters, Jesus Christ. They're not stealthy.
If they're anything but subtle.
Oh, hey, I can see his arm.
That wasn't even scary.
He was just standing
like-
there.
He was waiting for the dramatic reveal. Well, you recognize that, don't you? Excuse me?
Whoa!
Gee,
When did you learn to do that?
So
He
I
just
guess
stabbed himself with it. Just let drop blood, I guess.
Yeah, that was a bad idea, wasn't it?
if that's able to activate like a lightsaber just every time you stab yourself,
It's like a bad place to hide.
this is a pretty bad place to hide.
it's like Saddam Hussein's hidey hole.
His gamer cave.
Oh, you
Yeah.
idiot.
Oh, the
Oh.
well grunted. That's
Really?
rare. Were you expecting to stab to the bottom of the well or something? Wow.
Now that's loud, by the way.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Splash!
Gotta be dramatic.
Echoes up the fucking thing. Is that the Tower of Babel on their building there? Oh,
Oh, we skipped over the negotiation and the dwarves are just helping now.
they've
Yep.
been constructing for a few years now.
Well, it only takes them 5 minutes to get there, so it's not a big deal.
Sure.
Dwarves are fast builders.
They try so hard to sound poetic, don't they?
They do. And they fail horribly.
You know, on my end, that kind of sounded like you saying, Arch, they try so hard to sound robotic.
You're back. It really is a 5-minute walk.
Yep.
Well, knock it off.
I feel like that's the edge of the set they built.
It is.
Gerda, I'm warning you.
No fun allowed.
We're getting a bit of that House of Dragons problem here, where there are scenes that just appear and we're supposed to know things that have happened.
They're in a rush to tell a story yet again.
Yeah.
Did the dwarves forget the elves have great hearing, by the way?
Yes.
Oh. Because I was gonna say, like, the elves have fantastic
Treachery.
hearing. Their face fucking-
Okay, that was very stupid but funny.
How does that even work?
Why the hell?
So are they alluding to them
Then-
digging up the
then pulls
Balrog?
the flappy flap.
Yes.
That's probably what they're heading for. Now, granted, Durin's Bane is a while off in the story, but never fucking mind that.
They're just gonna do it
Oh.
anyway.
I mean, the show has already broken the lore, so
You know what they'll do? You know what they'll do? Okay.
what?
They're gonna do a thing where Gandalf, someone's gonna either the stranger or whoever's gonna be Gandalf, and he's going to duel the Balrog early.
Ooh.
We're gonna
that-
Kenobi this shit, are we?
Yep. They're gonna
They've
just
got like they're gonna do what they did with Darth Maul and just start making shit up. Like, oh yeah, he's alive, and like they've had this long history for like ever. It's like, okay, so you just want to milk it? Like, yes, basically.
For no reason other than fan service.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Ah.
You just
His,
lightly tapped it.
His children's have access to the secret password, as you would expect.
Me too.
Durin want what?
You
I care
don't
nothing for
recognize it.
whatever is in-
I guess the elves don't know about it.
The elves most definitely do.
Anything you tell me here will end in my ears alone.
It won't even go to my brain.
He just like, tunes him out as he tells them.
Uranium.
No.
It does feel like more times passed than we know. This feels like months, maybe even years since the last scene we saw with them. And at the same time, the black elf, he has been in that orc camp for years.
No way.
He's been there for 5 whole minutes.
That's 4 dwarves down there!
What? 4 dwarves down there.
They haven't been on this island for years either. Something weird's going on with the timeline.
I'm pretty sure this is different timelines spread apart by quite a bit. That's why there's going to be lots of Saurons. Yes.
Or it's terrible writing.
It's all right, honestly.
Alternatively.
Habit of going off with strange young men.
Very wise. If I see any, you'll be the first to know.
Well, I guess I've been smooth talked.
Yeah,
Okay.
no offense to that actor, but he's not good looking enough to make that line work.
Damn, Dev's like, step aside, I got you. He's like,
Step aside, my
Fucking
lady.
Galadriel is doing her angry woman pace back and forth. You're gonna wear a groove in that stone floor?
She's got a pee, but there's no pot.
Queen's Court isn't exactly your usual battlefield, is it?
Well, no. She is a diplomat of quite some renown at this point already, but
That wasn't what provoked her anger, was it?
Durr,
It really is
Galadriel,
big.
stupid.
how dumb is Galadriel in this show?
You are to be shipped back to the elves under armed escort.
You will be deported.
They really are keeping immigrants in cages.
I wouldn't advise that. I can't very well let her leave. You could.
Well, that was easy.
I'm convinced.
You know, it's 3 armed men. Not
Yeah.
much of a problem, really.
Jesus. Okay. What the
They're
fuck?
gonna go back for the girl boss energy.
We got a girl boss scene, 1 down. Many more to go. Actually, 2.
Hey, it was still a better fight scene than the one in Kenobi where the traitor woman slapped the stormtrooper on the helmet.
And he
That's
just
pretty
fell
embarrassing.
over.
Yep.
It was a powerful slap.
I wonder how she'll get out of the heavily guarded tower, though.
Worse.
Actually,
You got dismissed.
I
Don't think
I
about
know
it.
exactly how. Yes, by not thinking about it.
Yeah, they'll just scene cut and she'll be somewhere else.
Ah, very stealthy.
You climbed the entire fucking... Of course you did.
But how do
She
you know
swam,
how
was
long?
gonna swim across the ocean.
Oh no, Santa. Not enough kids believe in Christmas anymore.
One last time, I'd like to test Elf.
Forgive me.
Oh no.
I
That's
would
what I
like some
feel.
elfussy.
This one must pass to my father. And with it, a secret.
The secret's called the Song of Ice and Fire.
Dev, you made me cringe.
Oh, she didn't get the budget this time. Only the water.
CG's expensive, okay?
I know what it is to be the only one. The
Girl
only
boss
one who
moment.
knows.
Literally, the only people who know the plot are the women.
Girl boss to girl boss.
Listen, Muriel, we're passing the Bechdel test right now, so please stand with me.
Numenor fight alongside the elves once more.
Alongside the elves, bitch, the elves don't like you. They told you to go away. They put you on a boat. Ah, yes, Theo, come out during the night. The orcs are less active during the night, you see.
Much more active at night, yeah. And have greater strength at night. Oh no!
You can see better, but you can see worse. Perfect timing.
Don't worry, it'll only be applicable one way. Wow, still grabbing food. Alright, bit of a Chad.
Are they fucking one another? Oh no, they're randomly killing one another.
I like that they established they couldn't smell him earlier, but now none of them could.
See, the water is masking his scent.
This is literally a stealth scene from The Last of Us, where you're just in like a bit of grass.
Don't remind me of that goddamn game. Oh, we're gonna get a spooky scene.
I like how he doesn't even try to go into the shadows.
Don't worry, you're saved.
Oh,
by
don't
Black
worry.
Yeah, it's like
It's not Black Elf yet, is it? Oh,
Yep.
god damn it, it is! How?
See, I can tell you why. Because they need the character arcs to merge.
he escaped off camera.
Well,
Just
no,
let go of
the
message.
what's his name? Adar?
Yeah,
Adele?
Adar let him
Adar
go.
for you.
Let him go,
As a
yeah.
messenger. Fully armed, of course, natürlich.
I mean, you might have let him go, but the other orcs might not know. Okay, I'll take it they don't
Apparently
know.
not.
They look so stupid. Why are they white?
Why are you slowing down for him?
Did you just kick him?
He's like, my spine's broken.
You kicked him so that you could catch an arrow that would otherwise have missed him.
He's kind of a dick, actually.
Yes. Yes, he is. Really?
Got a sickle.
How did you know they were
You would
there? Like,
should run into like orcs shooting arrows on the off chance he's here.
360 no scope.
and then the sun breaks through because night's really short in Middle-earth.
My cankle.
Fear not, Black Elf, I shall defeat them with my scythe. The sun. My god. I know the orcs were chasing me in the sun earlier today when I was escaping from the quarry, but I'm pretty sure it'll repel them this time. Oh, what do you know?
Arch, is the sun rising outside right now?
It's been rising for a while, actually, yeah.
Oh
Well,
god.
Don't go outside. You'll stink. You'll melt.
Also, you've got a... Is that a crossbow? How the hell did you get a crossbow? Never mind. You could fire it at the elf. You could shoot.
Yeah,
you could
they
shoot
have
him.
arrows.
Great were his deeds, that the Valar lifted him beyond the bounds of this world, to forever carry the evening star across the sky.
His dad actually got a new wife, and this is just like the most convoluted possible story. I turned into a star, son.
Is that the way elves go out for cigarettes?
Yes.
They are still the best part of this show. Although
Yep.
not
They
by
are.
much.
I do like their dynamic a lot.
Nice castle, bro.
Wait, this was the elves' garrison. This is their tower. Shouldn't it look nicer than this?
Nope.
No, listen, they didn't have time to maintain it as they were so busy staring
Yeah.
off into the middle distance and seducing village women. Man, I wish you elves had taken better care of this fucking fortress.
Kind of shit.
That would have been handy right about now.
It's not gonna really defend us, actually. I think it's gonna fall over.
Oh, Jesus.
Do you know what it is? Have you heard of Sauron?
The sword is the ring.
Used to see
Yay.
in the skies.
It is Sauron. Mauler was wrong.
What did Muller say?
Mauler said that was Gandalf, not Sauron, the stranger.
It's pretty obvious from the way he killed the fireflies that he was like.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait a minute. Was he like... Was Adar controlling that human?
But I think he would be like, after that, be like, what happened? My head hurts. We do know that sorcerers have the ability to do that. Like with Theoden. To at least influence people.
Wait, that's not the whole ship, is it?
We're gonna battle the Middle Earth. This.
We'll
No, I
just
assume
row
it's gonna
back.
take her to a bigger boat.
We'll just row back to the mainland.
It's
That
what
would
you
be really
deserve, Elf.
stupid.
They're just like, no,
feel bad
swim.
for the guy.
Just keep swimming. You can make it, right?
Like all elves, she prefers to stand in the fucking boat.
The symbolism.
Well, they're gonna get punished for their racism.
Shit, I made the wrong decision. You can just order them to stop still.
Yeah. Ray, just come back. She calls her back, and then like the tree just immediately stops shedding. It's like, okay, good. Whew. Wait a minute. So they just changed their mind after seeing that, I guess? Actually?
Yep.
Well, I guess that's the most reasonable thing to do, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. I didn't
And they're
see that
traveling to the
coming.
Southlands, whom they apparently know is under threat.
I will serve.
I know that because of the map thing. Are they Seek Highland,
Mikhail!
Arch?
Mikhail!
Oh my god!
Mikhail!
Oh no! Cancelled! Cancelled!
Jesus. That was
Very
a sudden
unreal.
turn for the darkness.
Hold on, is Rings of Power based?
Well, there
then.
we go. Yeah.
The plot suddenly sped up massively.
A lot
Yep.
of skipping. I mean, at least interesting things are happening, but a lot of skipping.
Mhm. It's become a show, and not just a train wreck. I feel like it's probably too little, too late, but
The biggest problem is, it feels like I'm reading the script right now. And it's obviously has nothing to do with the actual Lord of the Rings. So the tree starts shedding, and she goes like, this is what my daddy told me about. Jesus,
Yeah,
I should
it's
be
almost
friends with
like-
years. Galadriel 2 has completely changed the tune. It's no longer looking for Sauron. He's not a potential threat. No. He's attacking the Southlands. All right. Because why? Because you looked at the map and went like, scribbles kind of look like that.
Basically.
There's a sigil. That's.
Now, she has no reason to believe that there's an army there. She thinks that maybe the orcs are moving there, that Sauron might have a base there. As far as she knows, it's simply a waypoint. But no, it's like, they're under siege.
Under
Oh, and
siege.
the
I
king
mean,
of the Southlands, by the
they
way. I
do-
found him on the sea.
they do know that because of the character they found at the sea, because he tells her that they're under siege and they're under attack, and that they're being killed.
so it's
Well,
all
how does
just
he
based
know
on his
now?
say-so, I
Because
guess?
he was there.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was. He said that he was driven from their lands. They just said that.
No,
in the
he
episode.
was talking about enemies and corsairs. Like, the orcs haven't started attacking until recently. Like, Black Elf literally was saying, like, Garrison haven't seen shit for 70 years.
I could have sworn the dude at the sea, whatever his name is, said that they were under attack and their people are being pushed out of their land.
What if this is all part of his ploy? What they'll do is they'll move all of the forces off of the island, and then something bad will happen on the island.
See, judging by the story as I know,
Barge? Barge?
Arch has been judged.
Oh
R.I.P.
no.
Oh no, Bezos got him.
Bezos.
Oh, you know what I will say then while we wait for Arch to return? I'll say this. No Harfoots this time.
You know what?
Right,
I'm
very
happy for
true.
that.
You're okay with that? Instead of
Yeah.
like awful Harfoot scenes, we got less awful dwarf scenes.
Just means we're gonna see lots of Harfoots next episode, probably.
Oh god. Yeah, we are. Oh no, Arch dropped out. Kibs, usually you record your thing after we've done this, right?
Hmm.
Arch is gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what are you guys gonna do?
Well, I'll have to wait and see if he wakes up. And if he doesn't, then I have to go to bed. Then we do it tomorrow.
Oh no.
But
Okay,
he might
well,
be back because what he has to do is he goes out and resets his internet thingy.
wait, he goes out? Goes outside?
It's in a separate building apparently.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, in terms of the Dwarven stuff, it was actually pretty good. That story is a story that's very character-driven, right? It's about the relationship between the dwarf prince and his wife, and Elrond, and like it. There's a fun little thing going on there, and I'm enjoying. And now they added the king into the mix. Like there's a bunch of character moments in there that are pretty satisfying.
Yes.
It's sort of like a touchback to Legolas and Gimli. Welcome back.
Hi, welcome back.
I'm gonna call it right now. Theo is Halbrand.
What makes you think that?
Because of the weird, disjointed nature of all of this. Like, okay, as you mentioned, right? Halbrand has been driven from his home. Now, I'm pretty sure he mentions Corsairs, but he might have just mentioned enemies, which I remember commenting on because it didn't make sense because, like, the world's at peace. What fucking enemies? But at the same time, Black Elf has been specifically placed in the Southlands to look for signs of the enemy. They haven't seen shit for 70 years, and only now are there vague hints with the cows going mad. So there's no indication or reason to suggest that the orcs were widespread or obvious, so they couldn't have been attacking them. So what drove them from their lands? Well, maybe that was a different timeline. Like, I'm really starting to lean towards the different timeline interpretation.
Yeah, so it's like what The Witcher did, basically, with everything happening at different times. So you think that the young kid is gonna, and who has like the hilt of Sauron or whatever, he's gonna end up being Halbrand as an adult?
Perhaps. Like, I don't have much basis for that, mind you. It's just a wild theory.
I mean,
I do feel like he should have darker skin, if so.
It kind of feels.
Well, remember what show this is.
That's true.
that you know what? That actually kind of feels right, because the Black Elf story, he's kind of like disjointed from everything else, you know? Because we know that Galadriel's story is happening at the same time as Elrond's, because they met up. So that's happening at the same time. However, we also know that the Harfoot story is happening at the same time as the Black Elf story, because the guy just mentioned 3 weeks ago there was that meteor. So maybe this story is happening at 2 different time frames.
And interestingly, nobody else is mentioning the meteor. Like, Galadriel hasn't seen it, the Numenorians haven't seen it. Now, maybe you could argue geography, but...
Yeah. No, this makes sense. Especially, yeah, because, you know, the kid gets corrupted with the Sauron blade, and then he ends up somehow being the king, or maybe, who knows, and then then is found on the sea as an adult. And he's already pretty... He's already pretty Sauron-like as an adult.
It depends on whether he goes with the elves or stays. Because what's going to happen now is that in the absence of the progressive woman queen, whoever stays behind, be it Pharazôn or Halbrand, they're going to start properly corrupting people, and Numenor is going to fall while she's away. Because obviously she can't make a mistake. That'd be silly.
Yep, it's because of her absence that they're corrupted into believing that the Valar are holding out on, or the elves are holding out in Valar. That prevented them from having immortality.
Yep.
Yes, then they'll return briefly, they'll get a few survivors maybe, and then escape. Or maybe this is the escape, and then the island will just sink off screen somewhere.
Everybody died, and the people that made it, like, come back and like, why is it just ocean everywhere?
Oh god, can you imagine they used all the CG for the dream and they don't even show it in real life?
Oh, well, I mean, they did show it technically. Don't worry, they just recycle the scenes even.
Oh god.
It was expensive, damn it.
The show is picking up. There's things happening, and there's some like enjoyable parts. It's not great, but I still think House of the Dragon's better. But I mean, at least like I'm not bored to fucking tears like I was for the first 2 hours of it, you know?
My opinion is actually this is more interesting than the previous episode of House of Dragons. Mostly because stuff was actually happening. And some of the character interactions were actually tolerable. Specifically, Elrond and the dwarf.
Yes, they remain the best part of the show.
They are the only part I enjoy. Like, the show also has an enormous problem in... Now that they've introduced Adar, Adar actually does a pretty good job. Like, he is displaying actual emotions. He still tries too hard to be poetic. You can see the script is still fucking struggling, but he delivers it better than most. And when he then acts opposite Mr. Puerto Rican, who has one fucking facial expression,
yep, it's like Galadriel
it really hammers it home, isn't it? It's like, wow, you have an actor, and then you have this dude, who's a model.
Yep, there's some really good talent here being wasted, which is tragic. And it's being wasted because of the diversity hires.
Elrond is passable due to his chemistry with Durin, but Elrond himself is not very interesting. He doesn't look like Elrond. He doesn't carry himself like Elrond.
At this point, though, I'm kind of a bit past worrying about the lore of it, because we already know the lore is just, it's already raped. The roofie has already run its course on the lore of this show.
It's basically irredeemable.
Yeah. But if we're going to forget about the lore and just talk about the quality of the show itself, it is at least improving.
Just give
used
Halbrand
to
more
be-
screen time, and I'll be happy.
Wait, hold on. Do you just have the hots for him or what?
I just like his character, and maybe,
Jesus.
maybe Halbrand talking some sense into Galadriel.
I assume this is
God damn it. That so badly should not. Like, she is already thousands of years old. She's already an accomplished diplomat. And here he is like, bitch.
All he's saying is, don't fuck it up. You come into her house, you're rude as shit, and now you're surprised people are. Now you're surprised you're in a cellar for sedition. You're supposed to be a guest. You're supposed to be like a representative of the elves for a first time in how many years for these people?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And she's acting like the most insufferable bastard imaginable. And then Snows like, why are they jailing me? I don't understand. He goes like, why did they jail you though? Oh.
Maybe I shouldn't shit on their floor.
You know, there's like a decent comedy skit here where you could have like Halbrand just in jail, watching Galadriel get like released and then put back in multiple times. They go, you're back again, eh? All right.
You know what? I do like the fact that they're focusing the story a little more and like leaving the Harfoot stuff behind for this one.
Oh God, you mention it, and suddenly I realized we didn't see those disgusting things all episode.
Which means next episode's gonna be all about them.
Well,
yeah. We
don't
talked.
you want to know about their star signs and their culture and how they move and leave behind people?
just to fucking rot. God, yeah, we talked about the Harfoots while you were gone, Arch.
Leaves behind, except we don't like you, so you're going all the way to the back.
Yep, back of the bus.
And that's why the episode felt better. No Harfoots.
Yeah, Arch, to be fair, we already talked about the Harfoots. You were left behind because you were offline at the moment. Okay, so I think that might be it. At least for this video. We'll come back next week and do some more, unfortunately.
Yep, more grinding.
We'll do it again.
We'll do it. I like how, Arch, you've been like, for like 3 years, you've been like, Dev, let me on your channel. And this is what we're doing.
This was my thanks.